Okay, our final writer tonight, always a crowd pleaser, Mr. Frank Rutledge. With his tattered square of joy, he polishes up whimsy, shines up delight, daily wandering this world with pen and paper to uncover where poetry resides. He's the summer months host of the Fourth Thursday Harmonious Howl Open Mic at Graham 318. He hosts the Modest Mic Open Mic Night on third Wednesdays at Sugar Grove's Library. He is a founding member of Open Sky Poets. He practices both poetry and short fiction, which at times converge as prose poems. You put that in on purpose. He has been published in Artsbeat, Downtown Aurora, and Foxtails 1, 2, and 3. His 2 chapbooks are available on Amazon and over at that table over there. He co-founded the Saturday Morning Early Risers Writers, an author salon that meets at Limestone. I'm part of that little group, and I have to admit, author salon is a bit of a stretch. He volunteers with Waterline Writers and fewerthan500.com. In fact, he's been with Waterline Writers since the very beginning. And he also is an editor at fewerthan500.com, a flash fiction e-zine. Frank, come on up here.
Thank you, Kevin. God, you guys look so good. I like that. Thank you. I want to take a moment and acknowledge what Ann and Kevin created here. It's a wonderful thing. It's very unique. It's been going for 5 years, so let's give them a hand. I'm going to do some older writing and some newer writing. This is called The Island of Being Alone. Solitary thoughts, single file in a slow lane. One bird overhead lands in a tree and nests in my head. In my head, I repeat our last conversation, and it echoes, ringing like a gong struck, the only soundtrack to being alone. Along the beach shore, I spell out H-E-L-P, just in case you fly over and spot me. This is called In This Time of Renewal. If I come to your town with the stealth of a preacher, come to my revival, get reborn in the likeness of poetry. Get moved by the spirit of awe, sacrifice your dull directions at the altar built of dead hours. Together we will learn the righteousness of loving. Together we will arise as if from baptismal waters, whole and altogether brand new creations. I wanted to read 2 music-themed ones, and I want to dedicate these to Ray Zemer because he's a blues and jazz guy. This one's untitled. Trapped within Jose's chest, the first-time emotions of a fresh romance. They become a parade of melodies marching from Chet Baker's amorous trumpet. He is tickled in the manner that love imitates the zen of a lick, prayed from the capable soul of a jazz performer's improvisations. Thank you. This is called Stormy Monday. Strong coffee spilled on a phonograph record, tornado of Bessie Smith spinning and distorted, this mistaken accident of a wet confusion, this blue epiphany of skipping repetition, from under my skin dark clouds drift and blue skies answer. Couple of short new ones. The first one is called Keeping Secret, What's Secret? Her secrets are warm breath on my neck. Our gentle whispers, a sultry pillow talk. Her words, soft singing enticements. Her insomnia speaks 1,001 tales. Her secrets, hidden maps, pulling him to her tender treasure. Dewy, sweet, moonlit, unmeasured bed, rediscovering the other's paradise. This is called The Hours Pass. The hours pass with barely a glance. These hectic hours pass in the streets, drop their heads, coughing up minutes like clouds of car exhaust. They lean against, minutes like clouds of car exhaust. Lean hours ignore the one fat hour, feeling his guilt at being so lazy, slow and stretched, thin until the seconds fall like loose coins. This is a very short one. It's called Adorn. I accept the words from your voice, the precious gems of your speaking, and adorn myself like a jackdaw. When I hear you say love, it adheres to my brokenness and drips with salve. It awakens me like a drug and collapses the four walls imprisoning my soul until the open sky calls out my name. That undone feeling. Their conversation hung in the air like an annoying cloud of gnats. Talking with her always felt like something undone, talking in camouflage to avoid the annoying pain. They talk recipes and cat antics. Meanwhile, what's important blows towards unspoken horizons, gray clouds stewing into storms. One more new one. It's called Reverence. His thoughts monotonous like a school of fish, he tried desperately to introduce his head to his heart. 1,000 thoughts of her refusing to come together like a puzzle of a Ferris wheel. She shimmered like dancing diamonds, like flashes on the face of the lake. His heart drank her in, a mirage to quench his desert thirst. This was an exercise for a poetry group that I'm a member of called Open Sky Poets. This poem is called 5 Arts of Wonder Love. Basically, we had to repeat a phrase or an idea. You'll catch on to it quickly. 5 Arts of Wonder Love. Wonder is a footloose frolic, a flighty, delightful dance partner, romantics waltzing under a starry summer sky. At daybreak, we pull the rosy blanket of morning over our sleepy heads. Wonder is an orchestrated score, a wide and vast music drawn from the deep breath caverns of wanting. Desire's soft sung voices levitate like a chorus of apparitions at our coming together. Wonder is a canvas, a waiting mind in a wide open meadow of wildflower colors splayed across a promise of close horizons. Our soft embracing arms and paintbrush wiggles enrapture us. Wonder is a cinema noir, sautéed in light and shadowy whispers, an avenue filled with secrets hidden in a light, thick night fog. His heart, a detective, hunting down clues about hers. Wonder is a declaration, endlessly roaming. Forgive me. Wonder is a declaration, endless, rolling, hilly, poetic lines. Gentle praise hymns carpet the quaint valley floors, caressing rhythms. Our rhymes echo in a perfect 2-part harmony. Two more. This is called A Solitaire's Way Through the Madding Crowd. It's a prose poem for Kevin. A solitaire's way through the maddening crowd. This heat is the This heart is the smartest part of this body, learning lessons from its file cabinet of mistakes. This heart is too weary to forecast the future's bright outcome, placing blind bets on possibilities and guesses. This heart loves what it must love, tossing any care to the winds, allowing the brain to decipher since it is most experienced, withstanding fiction's forces. Forgive me. Gotta quit these tongue twisters. This heart is a double spy dealing espionages, perpetrating mind crimes against the dull body. This heart is a sepulchre of souring secrets and smoldering daydreams. I cartwheel alive down ambition's lonely highway. This heart is a solitaire making way through the madding crowds, hell-bent on cacophony, is a solitaire satisfied to sit and wait. This heart is a lighthouse perpetually holding on hope to voyages of the jaunty sea of Maya, riding high above the shoulders of the delicious Godhead. This heart speaks syntax and grammars, impossible poetries, and explanations of awe, hinting at hidden intent within, the delights of wanting, the perseverance of impossibilities. And lastly, I'll end on something light. It's called Instructions on How to Kill a Fly. All the most successful slaughters start with honey. How something alive the size of a pebble can become so annoying, can drive you absolutely out of your mind is a mystery. A snickering pest landing on the wax fruit in the dining room. A buzzing detuned viola circling your bedtime ears. Honey is the tempting trap, and while the sweet nectar is being partaken of, you must quickly drop the Oxford Dictionary on them. It works well for both flies and poets. Thank you.